Good morning, CSL. Let's please stand for our first song, Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this. Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this. Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit is in this place.
Good morning, CSL. Welcome to the Fort Lauderdale Center for Spiritual Living, better known as Science of Mind. My name is Eric Shelley. I am your presider and licensed prayer practitioner here at our center. Thank you all for joining us, both in person and online. If for any reason you are unable to attend with us in person, there are 3 ways to connect to our spiritual community online, and they are as follows: Facebook, YouTube, and our website, cslftl.org. Just hit the live stream tab. We welcome all of our first-time guests. We are sincerely grateful and truly honored for your presence and for your decision to spend your morning right here with us. Thank you. Here at CSL Fort Lauderdale, we have many exciting things happening, and here is just a highlight of some of these events. First, Jeannie Looper-Smith will be speaking on Sunday, June 29th. Her heartfelt message will be woven together by 3 essays from her new book, Road Tripping Through Life and Love, Essays on a Journey of the Heart. Following the service, Jeannie will have a book signing. If you would like to purchase a book, please sign up at guest services, and if you already have a book, please bring it in for her to sign. Next, we are starting a weekly Reiki Circle beginning on June 28th, every Saturday, 11 a.m. to 12 noon in the Youth Center, led by our very own member, Eric Needleman. Eric, if you are in the house, please stand for recognition. Okay. Next, join Reverend Candy for a new class, Soul Coaching, starting Saturday, June 21st, 1 to 3 p.m. This 5-week fun, non-accredited class offers you the opportunity to identify yourself through the 4 elements: air, water, fire, and earth. I would ask Reverend Candy to stand, but she is currently in the Youth Center. Next, Grow, Gentlemen Realizing Our Wisdom, led by practitioner Carl Gustafson. CSL's monthly men's group meets this
in the
Tuesday,
ocean,
6:30 to
in the
8
drop of
p.m.
water,
in the Youth Center.
in sacred activism.
Carl, if you were in the house, please stand for
I,
recognition. Next, come join us for our yoga instructor showcase with Nicole Gonzalez this Wednesday, June 11th at 11 a.m. A free class will be offered to the community, and we will ask for your participation and feedback. Nicole, if you were in the house, please stand for recognition. Okay, I'll be here this Wednesday. All right, next. Full Moon Beach Vibe Tribe Meditation meets this Wednesday at 7:30 at Pompano Beach. CSL meets up there as early as 6:30 for fellowship before enjoying the offering by the sound bath facilitator at the beach. Any questions? Please see our wonderful coordinator, practitioner Carl Gustafson. Carl, once more, would you please raise your hand for recognition and stand, please? Thank you. Next, Healing Hearts Circle. Our monthly bereavement circle is being held this Thursday, 6:45 to 8:45 p.m. in the Youth Center, and will be led by grief specialist and board member Wendy Wenberg. Thank you, Wendy. Lastly, spiritual activism. A 4-week class led by Reverend Cynthia Ramirez Lindemeyer starts this Monday, June 9th from 7 to 9 p.m. This is a copy of the class workbook. We also have a video to tell you more right now.
I, in the ocean, in a drop of water. And sacred activism begins here, when that drop feels the call to move, to flow, to become. But the currents of the world are heavy, breaking news, injustice, division. They cloud the waters of spirit, and we forget our sacred depth. This course is a sacred journey to make space for the peace that spirit wants to bring through you. Will strengthen your sacred passion, so when the world feels like a war, you stay rooted in love, not fear. Through stories, poems, deep reflection, you'll create a sacred activism template, a living map of your values, your voice, your divine calling. Spirit will reveal what you are here to birth into the world. I look forward to having you on this journey on Mondays starting June 9th, the 16th, the 23rd, and the 30th from 7 to 9 o'clock.
Reverend Cynthia, would you please stand for recognition? Thank you. For more information on these events, please see guest services out in the lobby after the service and/or visit our website, app, Facebook, or Instagram pages. Now, if you truly like what you see here, please consider sharing the wealth of knowledge and information with others. Here at CSL, we have an intention statement that says who we are and how we want to show up and be present in this world. So please join me in standing, and we will say it together. Afterward, please greet your neighbor with a hello, a handshake, a hug, a fist bump, or a namaste. So, CSL, who are we? A loving and diverse spiritual community dedicated to personal growth, healing, and service.
Thank you for coming to center. So I invite you to turn within, close your eyes if you haven't already. Let us just take a deep and conscious and collective breath together. Let's breathe in and exhale. Let go of everything that has come before this moment. Become fully present here now. How grateful and thankful I am for this breath that breathes me, this breath that breathes each and every individual that is here present in this center, those that are Zooming in and Facebooking live. I'm grateful to know that this is the inspiration itself, that we are inspired with each breath. Let us remember that. I'm grateful to recognize this inspiration as being that which is given to us from the Most High, from that which I call presence, that which I call God, that which I call good, that which I call the eternal loving presence, this infinite intelligence, this magnificent grace. It is the nature of all life. It is the nature of my life. It is the nature of our life, that we are one with this allness. We are one with this love. We are one with this perfection. We are one with this inspiration itself, with this creative impulse that moves through us, that ignites us, that excites us, that allows us to participate in this thing called life in such a beautiful, magnificent, and perfect way. So how grateful I am to know our oneness. And speak a blessing of this service today, to know that it is a blessing to come together. It is a blessing to commune. It is a blessing to acknowledge, to accept, to include all. And this is what this space is, a space for everybody. All are welcome. And I know from this stage on this day, there is something that is for each of us, that we get to discover what drew us forth to this space on this day. There is a truth, there is a message. It may come through the talk from Juan Carlos, it may come from the music itself, it may come from a smile and a connection with somebody who's seated next to you or somebody you met in the lobby or about to meet. There is this divine order present on this spiritual path for each of us and all of us, and I am knowing that something wonderful is happening. It is happening now, and so it is.
Good morning once again, CSL. I want to say hello to Mr. Antonio Edwards. I know he's watching us from Minneapolis. And introduce our guest singer today, Mr. Jesse Smith.
Thank you.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine there's no people living for today. Woo-hoo. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill, no die for, and no religion too. Imagine there's no people living life in peace.
You may say I'm a dreamer,
but I'm not the only one.
The only one.
I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one.
Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the world. Woo-hoo.
You may say I'm a dreamer, no, but I'm not the only one.
The only one.
I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one.
My brothers and sisters.
We're gonna be as one, walking hand in hand.
Hand in hand. We'll live as one. And the world will live as one.
Good morning, CSL. At Center for Spiritual Living Fort Lauderdale, we're guided by 7 core values, and let's say them all together. They are love, healing, oneness, abundance, spiritual growth, service, and diversity. Now, Jeannie Looper Smith was originally prepared and planned to present this core value today, and she came down with something that's really taken the wind out of her sails. So, Jeannie, we're knowing your wholeness, your completeness, and your wellness affirmatively, and she asked if I would do the core value of service today. And I said, Jeannie, let's not let your consciousness go to waste. You've already planned and prepared this, and so I am honored and delighted to present Jeannie Looper Smith's words on service, one of our core values. While we often think of service as something we do, volunteering, helping, giving, it's also something we receive, often in the most unexpected ways. That brings me to dogs. And the fact that Pat Hanley Johnson beautifully shared our core value of spiritual growth last week about her therapy dog, Cairo. It's no accident, just spiritual synchronicity, that I decided some weeks ago to share an essay written in my new book about a special dog in my life as our core value today. Dogs are trending at CSL. They say only certain dogs qualify as service animals, but let's be honest. Any dog who has ever leaned against your leg when you were sad, stared into your soul when you needed grounding, is in my book offering a form of service. Dogs don't need vests or certifications to serve. They just need a heartbeat and a wagging tail, a sense of when to lie down beside you without asking questions. In fact, some of the most powerful service I've ever received didn't come from a guru, a minister, therapy, or even a spiritual practice. It came from a dog named Jack during a hurricane. The walk home, we're just walking each other home, a quote from Ram Dass. When I look back at a recent encounter with a storm that threatened my safety, and at times my sense of security, it's not Irma who lingers in my mind, but Jack. Jack was a 10-year-old Shih Tzu who helped me navigate through the storm and come out on the other side heading squarely toward home. And I think we have a picture of beautiful Jack. I've written out other storms with other names: Wilma, Jeannie, a storm no coincidence sharing Jeannie's name, divorce, and cancer. After a 7-year stint in the Midwest, I found myself living back in Florida and face to face with the reality that residing in paradise during hurricane season may exact a price for the gloating that we Floridians do in the winter months, when we're basking in warmth, sunshine, and smugness. June through November is the window of time when storms dance threateningly over the Atlantic, taunting and teasing, and occasionally making good on their threats to the mainland. Jack became my constant companion because of a dog-sitting gig my husband Ross and I took while Jack's parents were celebrating a milestone birthday in Mykonos, Greece. What a clever idea, and what great timing as their plane lifted off the runway just as Irma got serious about touching down in South Florida. Here's where Hurricane Irma became a metaphor for life. Sunny, peaceful blue skies quickly gave way to wind, rain, and a call to prepare for rough weather. South Floridians got busy, and in no time were shuttered, sharing water, toilet paper, and enough sugary and salty junk food to soften whatever blows were to come. In the midst of the preparation and panic, the responsibility for Jack, who remained calm, unimpressed with the commotion, and trusting that his needs would be met, kept me focused and on task. His twice daily walks continued up until it was no longer safe for us to be outside. We rode out the big blow inland with my daughter, son-in-law, 4 grandsons, their 2 new rescue puppies, and Jack. The dogs calmly slept through the cacophony of high winds and rain, while the humans quickly realized that no matter what was going on outside and what was being tossed our way, we were facing it with the people and pets we loved, and everything else was expendable. Floridians waste no time getting up and running after a hit. The storm brought out an outpouring of cooperation and support from family, friends, and neighbors. We were not going it alone. I'll admit that I had a bit of an after-storm breakdown. I spent a day in bed feeling sad and weepy. Even though we were safe, it was stressful, and I had taken a direct hit emotionally that left me off balance. Jack stayed close by with comfort and reassuring licks. On our morning walks after the storm, Jack surveyed the lawn and tree trauma and the huge piles of lawn debris with some curiosity and as an opportunity to leave his mark. But soon enough, he strutted straight for home. Like the other storms I've faced in my life, this one came with gifts. Hurricane Irma brought out the interconnectedness that we have with one another and an awareness of what's truly important. It underscored that we are going through life with its unique challenges together. And just as Ram Dass quoted, we are walking each other home on our journey. But Irma had nothing on Jack and the impression Jack left on me. Sometimes the walk home is led by love, courtesy of a small, sassy Shih Tzu pulling tightly on the leash. Our core value today from Jeannie Looper Smith is service.
Once again, CSL, let's give a loving welcome to our guest vocalist, Jessie Smith.
You are tapping on my head. Is there something that I didn't do right? Or something that I need to know? Or something that I need to write? You are tapping in the nighttime, tapping all day long. Maybe you just want to hear a sweet song. Do you you just want me to live again. And you are tapping on my heart. Tell me, what is the plan? Tell me how to heal my mind. Tell me how to walk this land. You are tapping in the nighttime, tapping all day long. Maybe I am the song of freedom, and I the voice of so many men and women and children who love one another, men and women and children who sing for the rivers, men and women and children who sing for the mountain, men and women and children. I'll sing for the hungry men, women and children. I'll sing for the dying men and women and children. I'll sing for all the people, all the people. Ooh. Well, you are tapping on my head. Must be something that I'm doing right, but more than I need to know, and more than I need to write. You are tapping in the nighttime and tapping all day long. Maybe you just want to hear sweet songs. Do you just want me to live again? Live again. Maybe you just want to hear sweet songs. Do you just want me to fly again? Fly again. Maybe you just want to hear sweet songs. Do you just want me to live again? Maybe you just want to hear sweet songs. Do you just want me to sing again? I'll sing again. I'll sing again. Maybe you just want to hear sweet songs. Do you just want me to love, 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 love again? Love again. Fly, love, I want to live again. Oh, I want to live. I want to live. I want to live again. Oh, I want to live again.
Did I tell you were going to get some messages from the music or what? Good morning, everybody. I am Reverend Tina. For those who don't know me, I'm the senior minister here, and I am here to introduce our guest speaker. I did make notes, which is funny, and of course I left them because I know the gentleman who's going to come up. He is my husband, but that's not why he's speaking, just so you know. What I know about Juan Carlos Siqueiros, who's about to take the stage, is this song is so integral to whom he is. There is something that has been tapping on that man's soul since I met him in 1995. He is a person who catches visions. He is a mystical being that has these extraordinary experiences that makes me think, maybe I'm not that spiritual. I've always been in awe and wonder of who this man is, and he set me on my path. He set me on my course. He was curious enough and indwelling in his own being enough to ask the questions that got me interested in what this all means as well. So just a highlight, 2011, he became an Agape licensed spiritual practitioner. So he's been a practitioner since 2011. We've been here in Florida. Got that from the Agape International Spiritual Center in Los Angeles. We've moved to Florida in 2019. We've been part of CSL Fort Lauderdale since 2021. So he's been serving here in the community, prayer, the meditation, helping with the practitioners in the beginning. In 2024, he got affiliated with CSL, so he is also a CSL affiliated practitioner, and he is now in 2025 a ministerial student in the CSL program. So that is why he's about to take the stage right now.
Good morning. Grateful to be here. Thank you so much, Tina, for that intro. Thank you for all the people that have been supporting me, that have come to see me today, and people are sending me text messages. So much love. It's an opportunity to be here, and I'm grateful. Thank you for having me. And I want to thank our band, our music. Give them a round of applause. Imagine, love that song, and this last song, Tapping, by Ricky Byers. It's a song that I've always loved. I'm just going to read the first verse to you again. You're tapping on my head. Is there something that I didn't do right? Or something that I need to know? Or something that I need to write? You are tapping in the nighttime, tapping all day long. Maybe you just want to hear a sweet song. Do you just want me to live again? Makes me teary just even thinking about it. We were at Agape when this album came out, this song came out, and we used to hear Ricky sing it all the time. And it always kind of hit me deep inside. It spoke to me about that thing that's inside me and that I know is inside you, right? There's something that's seeking to emerge through my life, through my gifts and talents, through my creative endeavors, in a way that allows me to share myself with the world that's beneficial for myself and beneficial for the world. And I know the same truth for everyone here, that you all have this thing inside of you that's tapping as well and seeking to come out and to be expressed. There's a vision within each of us. And that vision is pulling us. It's transforming us. It's guiding us. It's supporting us. And it's always tapping. It's always tapping. It's always reminding us that it wants to come out. It wants to emerge through us and through our gifts and through our talents. So my talk today is entitled Pulled by a Vision. And I've got a couple slides here for you. The first one is a definition of the word vision. Vision, the faculty or state of being able to see, right? Very straightforward. In other words, what we can see with our physical eyes, things, objects, people, nature, right? Things that we can see. But that's not really what my talk is about today. I'm talking about a different type of vision. I'm talking about spiritual vision. Right? And I've got a couple slides here for that too. The first quote is from Ernest Holmes. Ernest Holmes says that spiritual vision is perceiving the eternal presence and wholeness, truth and beauty in every person and in everything. The eternal presence and wholeness, perceiving it, truth and beauty in every person and in everything. The second quote is from Charles Fillmore, who is another one of the people who created the foundation for New Thought, another New Thought teacher. And he says that spiritual vision is seeing God as the foundation of all, the source of all, and the substance of all. Seeing the good, the true, and the beautiful everywhere. Seeing the good, the true, and the beautiful everywhere, despite what we see on the surface appearance of life. So when we talk about catching a vision, talking about a moment in time when I or you, when we have an experience, when we hear something, when we see something, when we feel something that's maybe not visible on the surface or visible to anybody else. Catching a vision is a moment in time when we connect with the deepest part of ourselves or the highest part of ourselves, however you want to look at, whatever you want to call vision, however you want to look at it. And there's a communication, an intuition of an idea that downloads, right? A truth realized in the moment, and there's no logical reason of why we should be experiencing that truth, why we should be coming to that truth. And this type of vision transforms our life. It changes the way that we look at things, the way that we see things, and sends us in a different direction. It pulls us in a different direction. Now, who can catch a spiritual vision, right? We've been taught, a lot of times we're taught that only special people catch visions, right? Moses, Jesus, Buddha, right? The great spiritual gurus and teachers of our time, the great minds, the great philosophers, the great artists. But we can all catch a vision. Has anyone here ever caught a vision? Raise your hand if you ever caught a vision before. Look around. See, it's quite a few people. Anyone can catch a vision. But it's interesting because we can't really anticipate when we're going to catch a vision, right? And you certainly can't force it to happen. Right? It's not a thing that we can, it's not an act of mental concentration. The more I concentrate on an idea, I'll make this thing happen. It's something that happens in the moment. I've got another slide here for you, an image. This first one's a pretty famous statue, The Thinker by Rodin. Now look at the posture, look at it, right? Grimacing, right? Thinking real hard, right? Doesn't look like he's thinking anything good. Right? Thinking. It's not catching a vision. We can't force it. We can't compel ourselves to catch it. In the next slide, we've got an image of the Buddha in meditation. Now look at the difference in the body language. Straight spine, relaxed, legs relaxed, hands relaxed, eyes closed. Just looking at the image brings a sense of peace. And that's because the practice of meditation, it actually makes us open, allows us to be present in the moment and to be receptive to the voice of spirit or the voice of life or the universe that's always communicating with us. So we can use meditation as one way that we can prepare our consciousness to be open and receptive and available to vision. Now, when I was in college, I started having visions, spiritual visions. And I didn't know this at the time, but looking back now, I realized that it was a time of change for me, a big time of change, right? I moved to a new city, no family, no friends there, all new people, all new experience. I'm taking classes. I met Reverend Tina there, 1995, right? Taking classes. I'm expanding my mind. I was doing other things that were expanding my mind too. That's not the topic of this conversation, though. But I certainly had a few visions that way too. But I was also reading a lot, obviously for school. But I'd become an avid reader of fantasy novels. And actually, it's my two twin brothers, older brothers, Craig and Sean. It's their birthday today. So I just want to send them some love. Happy birthday, Sean and Craig. And they were definitely two people in my life that really encouraged me to read. And they were also always reading fantasy, and they really encouraged me to read. And the first book I ever picked up was called The Sword of Shannara. It was a fantasy novel, and it just sucked me in. But that really started my path of reading. And fantasy played a big part in, magic and the idea of power and being something more than we can see, right? There's something more happening. So during this time in my life, I was expanding my mind, and I was open and receptive. And I know now that that's why these visions started to happen. And also, I went into college as an atheist, and I had this hard line of what's true and what's not, and what's real and what's not. But then I had a couple visions, a couple things happened. I started reading Buddhism, came across a couple books, started reading Buddhism. I started reading Native American wisdom. And these definitely sort of made that hard line kind of disappear. And a space opened up where I was open and available for a new idea, new thoughts, a new vision to drop in and to land. During that time in college, one of the very most profound visions I ever had, I was going back home to Bermuda, where I'm from, for summer vacation. Tina and I were together at that time. Tina stayed in Florida. She was working. I just flew home for a few weeks to work, make some money for college, and to see my family. And one morning, I decided to go for a walk on the beach. And usually when I tell this story, I tell a long version. People who've done classes with me have heard it before. But the short version is, I went for this walk, and it was a rainy morning. There was nobody else around. And I'm walking on the beach, and then I walked up on these rocks, and there was like a flat surface on the edge of the cliff. And I was kind of invited. Something pulled me to sit there. And I sat down, and I was just I fell into an open-eye meditation where I was just looking at the ocean, the horizon, and the rain falling in the distance, the clouds, the water, the rocks. And I was overcome with a sense of beauty. Profound, like I'd never seen it before. Like, it was amazing to me. I was just in awe of how beautiful everything was looking. And I looked down at the water crashing about 20 feet below me on the cliffs, on the rocks. And I was like, oh, that's amazing. Like, this water has been crashing on these rocks for millions of years, billions of years even, right? Tide coming in and going out, crashing on the rocks. And I was just, the idea of even that a process of millions of years was awesome to me, and I was just awestruck by it. And I looked further down the coastline, and I saw there was one house in the distance. And a thought occurred to me, I was like, oh, and look, there's mankind, right? We've just showed up on the scene. You know, in a blink of an eye, we're here. In a blink of an eye, we'll be gone. And that's what I believed. That's what I thought to be true. And then in that moment, I heard another voice. It was my voice, but it was saying something different to me. And I heard that voice say, no. The energy that is mankind has been traveling through all space and all time to get to this moment right here and right now. Just like the ocean, just like the rocks, just like the trees, just like the earth, just like the stars. My body filled up with energy. It was definitely a vision. I always interpreted it that way. Something was happening to me. A communication was happening that I never heard before, had before. My body was filled with energy, and everything I looked at, I started to think, oh my God, the bird flew by. I was like, the bird is beautiful, and I felt a rush of energy. I looked at the tree, I was like, oh my God, the tree is beautiful, rush of energy. You know, everything I looked at was beautiful. It's like I was seeing it for the first time. And it's really changed my life. It was a spiritual opening. It was a vision, and it changed the trajectory of my life, and I don't think I'd be standing here right now if that hadn't happened. It really prepared me for everything else that was to come after. Another quick vision I had, there's so much more about that vision, but I have to keep it short. Another vision I had was Tina and I were moving to Spain, And this is after we were living in New York, and 9/11 happened. And we decided to sell our place in New York and move to Spain. And we had 2 dogs, so I had to fly ahead to find an apartment for our dogs. So I flew ahead with my brother, and we found a spot. We were in Ibiza for the whole summer, right? More mind expansion. And I was there, and while I was there for a week or 2 without Tina before she was coming, found a place. And while I was there, I started to see circles everywhere. Circles in artwork, in the pavement, in floorboards, in the walls, just everywhere. And intuitively, I caught this idea that it was time for a wedding ring. We've been together for 7 years, and I never really planned on getting married. My mother and father both were married each 3 times and divorced 3 times. I didn't think much of marriage, and by this time, 7 years, Tina, I told her, we're not getting married, I don't want to get married. And she was like, okay, I don't want to get married either, fine. So imagine how surprised she was when she arrived in Spain and I had a ring, right? But it was a vision. Something else was seeking to emerge in my life. I was ready to take another step, right? I had one other vision I want to tell you about. When I was in college, I was also studying acting, and I really caught the idea of becoming an actor. I knew that's what I wanted to do. I was like, I want to move to LA. I want to study acting. I want to be an actor. I'm good at this. I'm good at communicating. I'm good at being in front of people, performing, right? I want to do this. So in 2003, we moved to, after getting married in Bermuda, we moved to LA, and I was studying acting, and I was auditioning, had an agent, all of that. Shortly after arriving there, though, we were introduced to the movie The Secret. And I know I've told this story before here, too. But The Secret really, it was our introduction to New Thought and spirituality and metaphysics in this way. And through The Secret, we found the Agape International Spiritual Center. And we started to go, and we never left. We started going every week. We started taking classes right away. And we both fell in love with Michael Beckwith, right? And his way of teaching. And he spoke much to the idea of catching a vision. He's always sharing his visions that he had in his life. And then, of course, the music from Ricky Byers was expanding us as well. We started taking classes. We did many classes with Reverend Michael and with Reverend Coco. And Reverend Coco and Reverend Michael are 2 of the founding members of Agape. And they often speak and teach to how they use the visioning process, which is a way to prepare yourself to catch a vision. They use the visioning process to catch the idea of Agape. It started with 7 people in someone's living room, meeting every week. This is almost 40 years ago now. And they started doing this visioning process that Reverend Michael Beckwith had created. And it's a guided meditation. And they would go ask questions, what's the highest vision of this community that we're seeking to create? What's the highest vision? What's God's vision of this community? What does it look like, right? And they caught the idea of diversity, all people, male, female, all genders, all sexual orientations, all religious beliefs, all philosophies, all ideas, all ages. They caught that idea, right? In vision. And as they were catching that idea, it started to change them because they realized that they had to be in alignment with that vision. They wanted to create a space. Part of the vision also was catching a space that was unconditionally loving. That's why it's called agape, unconditional love. But they realized that to create that space, they had to be that vibration. They had to be that energy first. And they said yes to it. They said yes to it. And they visioned over and over and over again. And that vision guided them to creating Agape. Agape now has tens of thousands of followers. It's one of the biggest New Thought churches in the world. Michael Beckwith is by far one of the most famous living New Thought teachers in the world, travels all around the world teaching. We learned so much from him, from Reverend Coco, from those classes. Visioning is a spiritual technology that prepares our consciousness to be open and available to catching God's vision, to catching the higher vision, our deepest vision of our lives. So I've got a couple quotes here as well about visioning. The first one is, they're both from Michael Beckwith. The first one says, visioning provides a cosmic mirror in which we glimpse our true nature beyond outer experiences. We glimpse our true nature beyond outer experiences. And we can go to the second slide. The second quote says, visioning is about asking powerful, this is the visioning process. Visioning life process is about asking powerful questions, exploring one's inner world, and creating a clear vision for life. So we go in, we explore, we ask the right questions, we catch a vision, and then that vision pulls us forward. We move forward in our life with a clear vision for our life. During our time at Agape, and then even here at CSL, since we've been here, we've done visioning many, many times. It's an important part of our spiritual practice. And combined with classes and study and meditation and prayer, coming together in community and service, right? These visions kind of changed who Tina was, who I am. And during that time in LA, I pulled away from acting, and I caught a different vision for my life. I started to catch the vision of being a practitioner and being a spiritual teacher and being a minister. And here I am now. I'm standing in my own vision. I'm not a licensed minister yet, right? But I've said yes to this. And it's funny because when Tina had the application to become a minister, I had the application also. I knew I wanted to do it, but at that time, I was like, I need a break from study. I was facilitating a lot of classes, and I just didn't want to do it at the time. And then I came here, and I'm grateful to Dr. John, who was our previous senior minister. He saw something in both of us. He saw something in me, and he offered me the scholarship to go to ministerial school. So I was pulled back into a vision that I had sort of put down for a moment, right? So this is the vision of my life now. So my question to you is, do you have a vision for your life? Is it clear? Your vision? Do you have a vision? Is it clear? Most importantly, is it your vision? Because if you don't have a vision for your life, I promise you, you're probably being pulled by someone else's vision. We're born into a world of other people's visions, other people's visions for us, and other people's visions for the world. You know, we learn a lot from our family, and this process happens through our family, through the educational system, through community, through culture, through news and media and politics and religion, right? We're kind of told what the vision of our life should be. But I'm telling you that each one of us, we get to go within. We get to connect with the truth of who we are within ourselves. There's something within each of us that's tapping. There's something within each of you that's tapping. And it's not a God outside of you. It's the deepest part of who you are, right? Or the highest vision of who you are, the large self with a capital S, right? We're each pulled by a vision. One vision, multiple visions. Do you know what the vision of your life is? Has anyone here ever done a vision board? Raise your hand if you've done a vision board. Right, cool, a lot of people. And what was on that vision board? A big house, swimming pool, stacks of money, cars, right? And I'm not knocking those things because I've got vision boards I got a vision board with a stack of money on it. I put that on there. I was like, I want money. And it's okay. It's okay to want things. It's okay to know that we can manifest anything that we want. But have you thought about, instead of having something on your vision board that you've already experienced, or you've already seen someone else manifest, or that you know is possible, how about having on your vision board something that's impossible? Something that hasn't been seen yet. Something that's invisible. A spiritual principle, of spiritual quality, right? Like love, joy, creativity, abundance, harmony, balance, truth, beauty. How about having those on your vision board, right? And it may sound silly to say, why would I have something impossible on my vision board? Why would I have something on there that nobody's ever seen before? Well, what kind of vision board do you think the Wright brothers would have had, right? A plane, right? Everyone would have looked at it and gone, that's impossible. But they caught the vision. And the great spiritual teachers, the great inventors, the great philosophers, they all caught ideas that no one had ever seen before, that no one had ever experienced before, that often we would say these things are impossible. But this vision is within you, it's within all of us. We have this capability to bring forth something new, and it wants to express through us, through our gifts, through our talents, through who we really are, not who someone else tells us we are. So do you have a vision for your life? And who's included in that vision? There's a saying from a movie, 10,000 BC, that I love, where one of the actors says, we each draw a circle around ourselves. Sometimes the circle is just big enough for us, just includes us, the one person. Other people draw a bigger circle that includes their family, a bigger circle that includes their community, and an even bigger circle that includes the whole planet. So I got one more slide. Well, no. Jerry, can you bring up the slide of the earth? So how about we draw a circle around us that includes the whole earth? Right? And we get to have a vision that is beneficial not only for ourselves, but for the whole planet as well. So we get to have a vision. And when you catch a vision, remember it. Write it down. Journal about it. Focus on it. Delve into it. Let it guide you. Let it support you. Let it teach you all that it has to teach you. These visions that I share, they're still teaching me. I'm still catching more. Every time I go back to them, I catch more. So when you catch a vision, write it down. Delve into it. Listen to it. Let it guide you. Let it support you. Let it pull you forward. Let it pull you forward. There's a vision inside each one of us. And we're pulled by that vision. And so it is.
Thank you, Juan Carlos. So I just invite you to turn within in this moment. So much has been said. Let us go within as we follow this song to the center of our being.
Every day, every day, every day, every day. Every day, every day, every day, every day. Every day, every day, every day, every day. In and through me. As me. In and through me. As me. God is all around me.
As we sit for this minute of silence, I just ask you to ask yourself this question. What is the highest vision for my life? and you will receive. Knock, and the door will be open. Look, and you will find. Trust that this question, if it didn't bring forth an answer in this moment, is always bringing to you a greater clarity, a greater wisdom, a greater understanding of this vision. It is revealing itself now.
Every day, every day, every day, every day. Every day, every day, every day, every day. Every day, every day, every day, every day.
God is all around.
And I'm thankful. So it is. And I'm thankful. So it is. God is all around me.
And so it is. So as you open your eyes back up, I ask that you remain in that heart space. You remain in that space of the center of your being, and you bring forward what it is you are moved to give in this moment. This is our time of giving. So if you received anything from the message, from the music, from the service, we ask that you return, you circulate it back into this center. My teacher had a grandfather that would visit all the time when he was younger, and every time the grandfather visited, he gave him money. And so all the kids would always rush to the door when grandpa came, right? It was like, and the grandpa taught every time he gave money, he said there's two types of people in this world. They are the givers and the receivers. Whenever you can, always be on the side of giving. Just like breathing, right? As we exhale, we don't have to worry about the inhale coming in. It comes effortlessly. As we give, it always comes back. So thank you in advance for your giving. Thank you to the TPL members, the Prosperous Life individuals who give to us on a monthly basis. We appreciate what your giving allows us to do in this center, allows us to program, allows us to continue to be this space that's open for individuals. If you are looking for a way to give that's not cash, we have a text to donate button that'll be coming up after these slides. Thank you so much.
There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all by myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient, and I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you've got to let it go, let it all go. This is what you had to say. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in my spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in my spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Here we go. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life. Yes, I'm only here for God.
All right. Thank you so much. Just looking at this, these wonderful baskets. This is filled to overflowing with your energy, your love, and yes, your money. So grateful and thankful for what you have put into this, what you continue to put into this community, your time, your talent, your treasure, knowing that you are an integral part of this growth, this expansion, this ever unfolding of this truth in your own individual and our collective life at CSL. I bless it. I know that it's a blessing, and so it is. All right. We have our last song, and we changed everything around.
We did.
Our first-time guests. I would like to know who is their first-time guest here in the center. Please raise your hands. How wonderful. I don't have a mic today, so I need to use this mic. Thank you. What is your name?
Hi, my name's Mary.
Hi, Mary. Welcome. Where are you joining us from?
Thank you. Where do I live?
Yes.
Pompano Beach.
Pompano Beach. Welcome. Thank you, Mary. And you are?
Hi, I'm Missy,
Hi, Missy.
and I'm from Deerfield area.
Deerfield area as well. Welcome. We're so glad to have you here today. Right back in that row, the front back row right there. Say your name for everybody.
I'm Kelly, and I'm from Pembroke Pines.
Hello, Kelly, Pembroke Pines. Thank you, Olive. Pembroke Pines as well. We know Olive because she follows us on our Agape Prayer and Meditation Day, and then I met her at the conference a few weeks ago in person, so it's so wonderful. And your name?
Jesse from Davie, Florida.
Jesse from Davie, Florida. Welcome. We have another one back here. We got so many wonderful new people. Elizabeth, hello.
Hi, Elizabeth from Davie.
From Davie as well. Thank you so much for joining us. Yes.
Hi, I'm Joe. I'm from Fort Lauderdale.
Thank you, Joe from Fort Lauderdale. How wonderful. So you receive a gift from us, some mala beads. You receive a card. If you can just fill that out and drop it off at guest services when you leave so you can stay in the know of what's happening here. We're so grateful that you chose us on this day. Thank you for coming in.
Healed, whole, healed, whole, healed, whole, well. I am healed, whole, and healthy. I relax, visualize. I am healed, whole, and healthy. I am well. I am well. I am healed, whole, and healthy. I relax and visualize. I am healed, whole, and healthy. I am well. I am well. I am healed, whole, and healthy. I accept and I receive. I am healed, whole, and healthy. I am well. got love surrounding me. I am healed, whole and healthy. I am well. I am well. I am healed, whole and healthy. I've got love surrounding me. I am healed, whole and healthy. I am well. I am well. All is well. You are well. All is well. We are well. All is well. All is well. All is well. It's so well. All is well. All is well. All is well.
All right, I'm asking you to lend a little bit more of your time because it is our birthday week. So any June birthdays, if it's your birthday in June, please stand. Please come over here, buy this cake. We can celebrate you. We can sing to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
So many birthdays. Happy, happy, blessed birthday month. Thank you for letting us do that. That is fun. All right. So I invite all the ministers and practitioners up to the stage. If you are wanting somebody to know the truth for you, sit down with a practitioner. Sit down with the minister. If there's anything that's on your heart, on your mind, put it down. Let us know the truth. Let us hold the space of what is the vision for your life for you. Let us do the work, and you get to lean in. So see one of these practitioners after service for prayer. Join us next week. We will be here, same time, same place. It will be Father's Day. I will be giving the message on spiritual authority. And come join us in class. I'll be there this Monday, 7 to 9, Sacred Activism. No registration fee. You can come in person. You have to register on our website to get the Zoom link, and we will be taking a love offering, and we so appreciate you.
Sure. So right here, right now in this moment, let us pause and reflect on all that has happened here today, knowing that there is one presence, one power, it's called Spirit, and it is in everything that we do and experience. We are one with it, and everything that was said here today is now unfolding in our lives perfectly. And we give thanks for the blessings that it brings, and we allow it to manifest in our lives. With gratitude, I release this word into the law, and we say together, and so it is. Thank you.
Please join us for our last song. This is Our Wish. This is my wish for the world, that peace will find its way to every boy and girl. This is the time for harmony. Let love be the song that everybody sings. Fill the air with joyful noise. Ring the bells and raise your voice. Let there be peace on earth. Peace on earth. Lift your light and let it shine. Shine, 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 let every voice be heard. Let there be peace on earth. Oh, 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 yeah. Peace on earth. Oh, 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 yeah. Peace on earth. Fill the air with joyful noise. Ring the bells and raise your voice. Let there be peace on earth. Peace on earth. Lift your light and let it shine. Shine, shine, shine. Let every voice be heard. Let there be peace on earth. Let every voice be heard. Let there be peace on earth. Happy Sunday, CSL.
Happy Sunday, everybody.